Good morning, everybody. Equities are quiet again. Markets, anyway, futures. Uh, you can see here, just chopping sideways, running in place at the top of the wide range bar at resistance. So far, just slow correction, not moving down yet as far as the S&Ps go. Um, 1 second. Charts. Thank you, Daniel. Hold on. And here we go. Yeah. So just sideways at the top of a wide range bar. Not bad, you know, normal. The advance was sizable. Igniting move, wide range bar, ending move at resistance. Ending means slowing momentum. It doesn't mean crash or anything of something terrible. So we really, at this point, patterns like this, you just sit on your hands and see what'll develop over time. You can see the prior high there on the weekly chart, which raises the question, especially with an advance like this and a pullback and a move up, can it become an M top? We don't know. Uh, we'd need to see a confirming bar, which isn't there yet. Confirming bar would mean like a big topping tail bar or a big red bar closing at the bottom of this green bar there. So we don't have that yet. Right now, just slow chop action on the daily chart. Don't trade it. Spiders, same thing. A little drop here, pre-market, no big deal. If you visualize this on the closes and eliminating the tails, sellers knocking it down, buyers stepped up, sellers stepped in again yesterday. Nothing happening here today. And we'll just have to see how it develops. You can see, the advance. It's the wide range bar. Created the momentum move. There's an unfilled gap so far, but we don't know what it's doing. Meaning, well, we don't know which way it's going to end this consolidation. Meaning, right now it's just going sideways. It created a new support point, that pivot low. If it gets tested, we would anticipate that buyers would step up there again, and we would see if they could lift it higher. And just looking at the cursor, just trading here, you got a little buy setup on the hourly time frame right there. And you see the pullback and the bottoming tail bar and the little slowing momentum yesterday. And prices are right within that little range there. You can see my cursor moving on the 5-minute chart, just going nowhere. But so let me back up a little bit here. Right? You had strong momentum. You had a pullback. Buyers stepped in again, and it took out the high, but immediately stalled. So one of the ways that we look at slowing momentum, and we don't use indicators. What do indicators do? If you're looking at oscillators, right? You'd say, oh, that's overbought. Okay. Well, it was probably be overbought here too, right? Overbought doesn't mean pullback, and overbought usually doesn't mean much of anything other than whatever this indicator suggests based on the settings, which is extremely subjective. But what we recognize is when prices get extended short term. Right now, they're extended short term. And so now that slowing momentum is just an observation of what is. This is a little buy setup right there. Do buyers continue to step up and push it up to a new high above those highs? Does it get rejected? Right now, what we have developing is a trading range. So we need to recognize what is, and when there's opportunities. And right now, within a trading range like this and the prior high so close, there really isn't a strong opportunity there. So stay away from it. Trade other things. All right, SPX, neither number was touched. This number didn't change today, by the way. But the thing to have been looking for is these numbers provide you, if you just wanted to do them at the open, they give you a high probability reference point to do a credit spread, like 20-30 wide. You may not want to do 20-30 wide. But if you've been here for the last year or two, you know that 95% of the time, these numbers don't get hit. Times that they do, not going to be pleasant. Anyway, you don't have to do them at the open. As prices advance toward a prior high and you see momentum beginning to slow, you can intelligently say, hey, maybe that number, maybe it's a little bit higher than that, a little bit lower than that. You could do 5 wide. Anyway, this is a starting point as to where there's a high probability reference point that prices will not touch that day. Right? So ranges right now in SPX, 5-day average true range is about 34, 35 points. And you can see, this bar right here, that bar is about 23 points. The one before is about 22 points. So the day-to-day ranges over the last, as you can see, 3 days have been around 22, 23 points. When is that going to change? Well, probably Wednesday, when you get NVIDIA earnings and so on. So just part of the thought process there. Okay. Interest rates down a little bit. We talked about this uptrend and pulling back here into a potential buy setup that may be in development mode. And, see down a little bit here. This could be a little retest or sideways. Just we don't have enough information yet. So nothing much happening there today. Let's take a look at NASDAQ futures, which aren't doing much of anything either. And just trading inside of yesterday's range. There was a little strength yesterday. It eventually evaporated. And so far, just an inside day running in place. Not a big deal. And a little sell-off there. Rejection. Not a daily chart, no biggie. Just whippy price action here. Right? Not much going on. The Dow, there was decent selling. So there is a bearish engulfing bar. What does an engulfing bar mean? Well, my candlestick definitions, the body engulfs the prior body. Here you had a new high right above those highs and traded below the low. Some call that a key reversal day. Anyway, strong move up. So far, it's just chopping sideways there. Roll this to the left here, consolidating at the bottom of a momentum move. It hasn't been able to advance. Getting below here would open up the door to lower. So it's something we'll keep an eye on. And this week has still got, the majority of the week to go. But that's what I'm talking about with the potential of a red bar. Now, is this closed down here at the end of the week? And then if it did, we'd all recognize that as a bearish reversal pattern in the area of a prior bearish reversal. We don't know yet. Right? Maybe it's a bottoming tail bar, or it just goes sideways for the rest of the week. I think Wednesday and Thursday will be the key days, earnings reports that'll be coming out on those days. And, so today, this might be a running in place day again. But this one has the potential to at least drop into this void below. Best looking. Russell is chopping around. A little selling going on here, breaking the lows. Next support level over there to the left, popped off of that, and like magic, right? To the left, right? And we'll see where this ends the day. Bitcoin. Over a week ago, 2 weeks ago, we started talking about this bottoming pattern here. More so last week as this right shoulder began to form and blast off. You remember the grayscale news? with being an ETF. Now we have Erythium, which made this monster move yesterday related to that as well. I hate these bots that come in and scam YouTube. Let me eliminate this. Hide user on the channel. Yes, we shall do that. Get rid of that BS. Okay. Grayscale also had this head and shoulders type of a bottom. Our ETF subscribers got in this, took advantage of that monster move yesterday. They're still in Grayscale, which will be higher this morning. Where's my symbol for that? Yeah, right down there. It's great. It's gapping up into this resistance area where it would be prudent, no matter the bullish news, to take some off the table. I know you did, Alex. Congrats. Was an amazing trade. I mean, we talked about this for like 2 weeks. This bottoming pattern, and our ETF letter was in the ETHE as well as the GBTC, and I think we may sell. It's at resistance, right? So the news is that Erythium is likely to get an ETF, and why this ran up as it did, and so the old saying, buy the rumor, sell the news, and then we'll see what it does from there. All right, still got a little time here. Gold, not doing anything, a little running in place action there, same kind of bottoming pattern, but underperforming Bitcoin and Erythium. Silver outperformed. It's extended now. Probably needs to pull back a little bit, but certainly looks like it's going to go higher. Crude oil not doing anything. It's got this bottoming action here. Hit the converging MAs, backing down. Not sure what it's going to do. I mean, it's on major support here. Buyers are stepping up. It's just choppy. Needs a little bit more back and forth to see what it's going to do. We don't know yet, so we're waiting. Copper's been on fire. That looks like it's going to go higher. So copper stocks are one of the places that have been doing really, really well. Semiconductors, we continue to, we had some great trades last week. We were looking for this to hopefully advance, and it did. It's at resistance. So everything is slowing momentum and consolidating gains. And so far, no significant damage done. Check this out. So there's been some huge intraday spikes in buying puts. Now, let's go back here for a second. As we go back here, right? As the big increase, this is on a closing basis. That other chart was intraday. So as this was coming down, it's like, hey, you know what? It's moving down, big bets. Maybe, something like this means, maybe for a day or two, right? That there could be a stall. Doesn't mean it's going to go up. And then over here, right, there's a huge put buying spree on the breakout. And that's like, okay, they're betting against the move up. And that is a good thing from a contrarian point of view. And it continued. So now we've got these intraday spikes in put buying up here. And the question, well, could they be right? Yeah, they could. They could be right. Or they're just hedging, which is fine. But it's at least it's some kind of information that's saying, hey, it's at resistance. It's stalled here. There's concerns, the climb the wall of worry situation. So it could be a good thing, or, we call the wrong way option traders, which they usually go all in at the worst possible time, but maybe they're right. Once in a while they are. So information to consider. And transports, underperformed. They're on this support and these converging MAs. Can they turn up? It's got a sell set up here. We just don't know. So what do you do with this? Nothing. You wait to see if it forms a reversal. You could look at some transportation stocks and see if they, some are starting to bottom. Do they have breakdown failures, or are they just nosediving lower? Right now, we just don't have a pattern here, but we have a situation where there's potentially a turn. So that might be developing, but we just don't know yet. So we're waiting. Financials, there was a crack there, not a bad sign. JPM, some news on that. JP Morgan, that got crushed. Some other stocks, some other financials took a hit. So when we talk about market corrections based on the internals, which we reviewed yesterday, heads up warning side, accidents are going to start happening, and they are. Amazing how these accidents happen at the times when the internals suggest that they will. And so that's a big, big, big red bar, right? So probably a little slowing momentum going to go on there. So overall, got some consolidation going on. Bitcoin is in favor, maybe some catch up from underperformers. We'll see how that develops in the green room here, and other things that may unfold throughout the trading day. All yours, Dan. Look at the VIX. The VIX is down low. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to go up. It's one piece of information. It could go lower. Right? If you scale back here, look way back, could it be heading down to 10, or will it flip back up again? Well, I know it is on that support. So we'll just have to see. Well, we already know that the market is going to correct. So.
Good morning. Yeah, that was a useful showing of those put buyings overlaid with your other internals and the spiders. And so talking about that, Greg, I texted you last night actually, because on one of these option selling groups I got into, it's, just every now and then give constructive comments and look at the novice nature of so many people. But the leader of the group, who, founder, he says risk is full on. Nothing can stop this. I'm paraphrasing. I'm like, really? And I wanted to show him your chart of market internals, and he'll probably say, what the heck is that? But yes, that was a good little lesson there. All right. Yeah, we've been rocking with Greg mentioned those Bitcoin things. I should have given block yesterday also. I was watching it, but some people in the green room did it. We on coin, I was looking for a put spread, but there was no good juice, made the turn. We are in hood. We're in hood. Nice closing breakout, downside shakeout. So we're in that breakout weekly, monthly looks great. And we got Mara, beautiful bottoming pattern. And then what even made it better yesterday was the small little bottoming tail that traded under those. So we're long stock plus short puts. Actually, I posted this adjustment this morning. I didn't give you all yet. I should have gotten this out of half yesterday, but we can do it at the open. We'll get a better price here. I just had our gold alarm go off. We're long this, looks great. We're in trail mode. So good. GBTC alarm went off, and we have a half lot of that. IBM alarm went off. We're long that. There's an article in the journal. And that's it on alarms. Let's look at a couple earnings here, not many. And then again, even though I have no interest in trading the index ETFs, there's a lot of good things to look at. Diamonds, I was going to post as a call spread today. We got a 3-4 bar turn here, price void, but there's no juice. We'd sell the 101s, but nothing there. LOW, it's still in a range, so it's a bullish gap, but nothing to do right now. Lift came out and increased their forecast. So I'm actually shocked that it's actually down 7 cents with a increase. But this is a bullish 15-minute chart. If this can stabilize here, like right here, and not go much lower than 30-minute high, you have a void for a day trade. AZO, light volume, spotty, expensive. I just know from history the options are incredibly spreading. But 28.90, if you're so inclined, 30-minute low would be the trade there. Actually, let me type yours out here. EXP. I see one print here, but it's not liquid. We'll come back. Pan W, the cybersecurity companies. So that had earnings and gave a bad forecast. So that's going to drag down some of the related stocks. Obviously, we have a Zulu Sierra put spread to 175s. It's here at 178. So I'll keep a tight leash on that. Macy's 1970s. It's again a bullish gap, but it's not over it. But let's come back to it at 10 a.m. 880. So there's a definitive gap breakout. And it has a void. So I have this in the middle chart right here. NDSN 241. That's a nasty gap. I will put that in a window. And see if it might want to bounce. And if so, where? Then there might be a put spread idea. SPWR. I set an alarm up here at whatever it was, but a lot of these things, this is trading like a meme stock. Look at GME, AMC. I have an alarm AMC up here somewhere. We actually did a put spread on GME yesterday. It's pulling back a little bit, but that is a very controlled buy setup into this wide range bar. So if it holds here at this retracement, this could very well be a little buy setup day trade. I'd obviously wait 5, 10, 15 minutes, particularly with the market gapping down. Keys 150. That's a bearish gap, but it's range bound, so I don't know what to do with that. Zoom is a bearish gap down, so this one's a call spread candidate. I will put in a window. 5, 10-minute low. See if there's any juice over yesterday's high. And that's all the earnings. Amen. We talked about, remember, Alex, 100% waiting for today. And then I said the strategy would be to buy calls or stock over this closing pivot. And I was going to post it as a put spread, but NVIDIA earnings tomorrow night, and that's going to be a market mover. It's just the Wall Street has made it a market mover for AI stocks, for semis, and the Qs, and even the overall market. So he's He's king right now. IBM, I mentioned. Um, yeah, Alex is these other two. Alex mentioned this quantum computing article in the journal. FFIE, another toy. But nothing to do now. Greg mentioned soon yesterday. I have an alarm up there. Avgo. The reason I'm looking at Avgo is CNBC said the average pay of Fortune 500 CEOs is like 15.5 million. And then they showed the top three. It was the BlackRock guy was number three. Number one was the Broadcom guy. CEO makes 162 million. That is a $500,000 a day. And then, but this, he must be worth it because look at this stock. And they're paying one person $500,000 a day. Yeah, just we have as our list. My alarm went off here. This is a beautiful setup at the 20, a continuation pattern, all starting with this 180. Now we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So yeah, that's just is going to be a go. Boyle, Alex had a great trade here. I was watching it ever since this gap breakout, and I just never pulled the trigger on it, but nice job, Alex. Ether we know about. Yeah, we sold in the strength right here at spot 88 yesterday. Pretty darn near high tick today. And it's always a judgment call if you want to hold some. And we decided to sell to the sharks, but yeah, at least we have half of that GBTC. And we have a full lot of our coin, not coin, hood and Mara. 6311. We just got to decide, Greg, how we want to manage it. So, all right, ISRG, bullish consolidation at resistance, but I'm concerned with the broader market of baffle. Greg showed you the bearish transports. Odafel is a trucker, closing breakdown. Orly car parts, but it's down a lot, but this is bearish price action. ESOB alarm. ESOB. Remember I said if this the one of you in the green room, was it you actually? And I didn't know if you were talking long or short, but I said I kind of like it under today's Tuesday, under yesterday's low. Would be a great call spread, but I think they don't have weeklies. Leg. Ooh, this did have a bullish gap up, so I put leg on my list, but I'm going to delete it. Yeah, GE alarm just went off for me too. Head and shoulders pattern. Let's give it 5-minute low since it gapped under the entry. Cenex, actually this was yours yesterday. I was watching it into the close, but never pulled the trigger. Looks great, looks higher. What I think it's aluminum. Hey, Lily. Why do I have Lily on my list here? But that's a gap breakout right there. Let's let me check 770 puts for Friday. This thing's been on a tear with its weight loss. Wow, this is wow, 95 cents for $5 wide. That's the 770s. Let's see if I go with wait, now it's showing midpoint 123. That must be the spreads. Spreads are ludicrous as well. Yeah, so I think I was looking at old data, but it shows midpoint one. Um, I'll post this as a watch to the weekly options trader. But that's a nice gap breakout. So if somebody wants to help me watch that. All right, this XPEV here. Yeah, just as a go. All right, I'll post just. Let me go through these alarms though. Fizzler, Fizzler. We had a put spread. It's triggering. This was in the weekend letter. Let's see where the juice is now. now, now this 770 put spread on Lilly went from $1.23 to 2 cents. 16. That's just, you can't trade spreads like that.
Tesla still in development mode. Acting well this morning.
Who?
Tesla.
All right, Fizzler, there's no juice, so let's cancel it. And, you would have to go up the next week.
XLY rolling over.
That's a nice, yeah. Yeah, that'd be also a no-brainer call spread, but most of those ETFs are so friggin' spreading. The oils and semis are the best for the ETFs. Oh yeah, Tesla's the impressive today. All right, Zoom negating the gap down. I said that was a call spread idea, but now it's a bear gap that bullies. Closes like this put spread now. XPEV ran too much. That was on my put spread watch.
Bitcoin taking out the high of the day. GBTC. Raise the stop to the low of the day.
No juice on XPEV. Low, yep. Yep, that's ugly. Kind. Yeah, it's bullish. FIBK. Alarm, but low stop 27.57. It gapped under the stop, so we use 5-minute low. Oh yeah, we talked about that one yesterday. I remember. Remember, I like the monthly a lot. I remember, and I think I added it to my core list. ECL. All right. This was yours from yesterday. I'll now set a new alarm, 235.50. Let's say, these are the problems with the internals. Why I said we're going to be a lot more picky. ELC 235.15. Marriott up alarm coming in. Merck is hitting long. IBM up alarm. Marriott, I don't like the way it's coming in here, but I think I moved it to break even yesterday, 232. Marriott. 232, 227, midpoint is 30 cents. Let's tighten our stop here, 238.48. Um, yeah, we covered half yesterday already, so good. Well, we might have been filled with a 10-cent target at the gap up, but unless somebody, remember Guild, remember our discussion, Alex? See, that was another good decision to wait. Beautiful. All right, GE, I said 5-minute low, 157.36. Greg, I'm not sure about the target on this thing, actually, now that I look at the reward to risk. Even if it goes to the gap fill, that looks like kind of a 1-to-1.
Hard to say with a pattern like that.
So you still like it, sure?
Yeah.
Mm.
Big topping pattern, relatively big. Never formed something like that before. Alcoa holding up nicely.
And Sam thinks that's the corporate headquarters for Alcohol Anonymous.
I thought it was a battery company.
Yeah, Zulu Sierra, yeah, looks horrible. Yeah, let me hold on, we might have to move stuff. Yeah, Greg, let's decide on Zulu Sierra, and we got to put the 175 put spread. Stop is under 175. So do we 30-minute low or let it hit?
Are you asking me, Dan?
Yeah.
It's triggered on the daily chart. I mean, you're short?
No, we have a 175 put spread.
Oh,
That's against us because of Pan W.
well, that's not good.
That's why I'm asking. 30-minute low or take the stop, which is under 175.
I don't know. I mean, it's close enough. If I was long it, I'd be getting out.
I'll just let it hit them and go into hope mode.
Gap down under a buy setup. That's, you know,
RDD, small little breakout failure. Let's see, we entered this 79.76. So under now. Yeah, Papa Romeo. Yep, granite looks good. Set new alarms. 1640. 16. AM. Oh, nice. We can move stuff below now. 169.93. That's a nice move. Let's just get ready to sell a third here. The strength. That's a good question, Alex. The answer is because it's still a junky bottoming pattern, number one. Number two, I'm in caution mode with the market turn. I would if the internals were not like that. SPWR alarm. That was a buy setup. Well, my note here says, Alex, we bought the stock. This one was not a half lot. So that's point number three. So no, this one was not half lot. We're in full already. I do say half. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, you just got to look in the history. All right, still. How's Zulu Sierra? Your dog. Yeah, alarm just went off. XBI, Greg, alarm.
I don't like it.
Huh?
I don't like it.
I don't either. That's what I was gonna say. All right, Merck, triggered. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me post that. Fizzler, but I said there was no juice for put spread.
ASO is nearing yesterday's low. It's a little extended.
All right.
Target on AA, the next target on AA just hit.
Yep, my alarm just went off. Yep, same second. SPWR, it's a junkie, but it's a buy setup. Made the turn if it closes like this. IBM up alarm. Greg, GBTC, the low of the day is about, it's about, it hit already. I think you said 10 minutes ago, move it low of the day, which seems inevitable because it's
It just hit.
the stop. That seems way too tight in your experience, but so you want me to just tell them to sell it? I didn't update it yet.
Yeah.
Or,
The way it went up from the low today is theoretically an exhaustion gap short term. So
okay.
I think it's going to take a little while to consolidate that gain. So I've had my stop under the low of the day.
You know what, Craig? I never told them to sell half yesterday. So, and I just told them to sell half now, which means we still have half left. So we got two choices: give them a new stop for the back half, or tell them sell it all.
That resistance, I would take the money and get another setup.
Okay. Well, actually, I just my last telegram said sell into strength, so to accomplish that. So we're wow, IBM up alarm. Alex, that article you mentioned, I didn't read it. It must be working. All right, let's sell another third here. 174.30. Man, you know how sick and tired I am of listening to them. The only one I really care about listening to, Alex, on interest rates is Gunlock. That's it. He talks intelligent, puts it in perspective. I mean, he was blasting the administration too about their politics. It's like these guys are a joke. He's like, all politicians are jokes, but he said the administration is just beyond belief of their positioning on everything. But he did say that he over the last month or the data has definitely been weakening. And so he predicts two cuts this year, which I agree with that. I mean, I think one is guaranteed because of politics, but if we get worse data, then yeah, two would if I'm a betting man, that's what I would go with too. Now Bitcoin's taking out 15-minute support. And yeah, it's a grinder and it's bullish 15, but my concern is the internals. I think you'll need some oomph. And this is Zulu Mike. Look at this wild ride. It's back to the low. Look at this nasty tail. This earning stuff. Um, yeah, choose. Yeah, it's a bearish gap. So Greg teaches breakout failure. If it closes like that and you were long, get the heck out of Dodge under today's low.
Oh, no, the breakout bar failure, Dan, requires an inside day.
That's what I just said. If this closes like this,
Yeah, and then it's got to break.
right? That's what I just said. I said tomorrow, get the heck out of Dodge under today's low. Right. Alex, I still have an alarm on this from you. GDXJ. Let's move stop break even. Who knows? I I think it's unlikely, but you know me, I don't I rarely give speak in terms of absolutes in the stock market. So could it happen? Absolutely it could. All right, this bottom pattern going nowhere. Oh, it actually stopped 164.48. Because I had tightened the stop as well. That thing's dead money. Arrow. It's a small Bear Island reversal, so that's not good. Stop is 130.88, so just let it play out. I guess so. I had moved the stop to yesterday's high, 54.15. Boeing, good thing we sold half. That, that stopped out. Trail stopped out under 184, so its trail stopped out 70 cents ago. We have the 182, 190. a beam from yesterday, still bottoming. CCL, nice naked puts. We covered half yesterday. DD. Oh, yeah, yeah. Then be a little green bar ignored. FCX slowing momentum. Our stop is, oh, our stop is far. Yeah, the 53 calls. Yeah, we're actually right at break even on FCX. All right, we'll give them a little more room. We'll stop. Should be yesterday's low. AA up alarm. Oh, I didn't post. I, ECL up alarm, IG. Nice move. Sure. Now that 15-minute chart. Wow. Look how tight, 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 tight. Boom. That's an easy one to just trail now under a 15-minute bars low. All right, ECL still not doing anything with it. Let's see what day's low now.
Notice how GIS came back from that dip.
General Motors remaining in dog. We have covered call. Iridium would be a nice add over the high. But again, I'm concerned with the market. Mars 123 looks great. MTR